A little while ago, I covered the LGBT ponies of My Little Pony, and apparently I missed a few of them. Enough that close to half of the comments on that video are telling me the couple that I missed. Some of them I missed are nameless background characters, so you can hardly fault me. Others, however, were more blatant, to the point where I genuinely don't know how I missed them. So, just like the first video, we're gonna go down the list and cover the few that I missed. If this is your first time watching and an LGBT couple isn't in the video, then it's probably in the other one. So first of all, my name is CXCD, and just like last time, I'm gonna state this. Personal headcanon is not actual canon. If you personally ship two ponies, that does not mean they are canon in the show. Without further ado, let's tackle the first letter and introduce our first character. L for lesbian. I'm gonna be completely honest, I genuinely don't know how I missed this character. I guess I literally just had a mind blank. It was, for a very long time, an incredibly popular headcanon that Scootaloo was an orphan. After all, the other two members of the Crusaders, Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle, had parents, or at least had somewhere to go home in the case of Apple Bloom. I mean, I guess Apple Bloom is technically an orphan because her parents are dead, although she lives with her sister, brother, and grandma. But you know, I digress. The reason why most people theorize Scootaloo was an orphan was because of the first 8 years of FIM, her home life was a complete mystery. Sweetie Belle had Rarity, who she was related to, and Apple Bloom had Applejack, who she was also related to. Scootaloo had Rainbow Dash, to who she wasn't related at all. We see the other two Crusaders go home, but never Scootaloo. We see Scootaloo's bedroom in season 4, but honestly, it didn't confirm nor deny if Scootaloo had a home, or, you know, a home. It wasn't until season 9 when we got confirmation that Scootaloo wasn't an orphan. She is shown living with her aunts, and honestly, her parents are pricks. I don't like them. I genuinely wish if they were going to show Scootaloo's home, they kept it just ambiguous about her parents' whereabouts. Wait a minute. Did I say aunts? Yes, aunts plural. Of course, these two could simply be sisters, considering they both cosmetically look very similar, but it's more than likely that they're a couple. They first showed up in the Ponyville Mysteries book series, but later came to comics and eventually to the TV show. The reason why most people didn't even care about these two characters being Scootaloo's caretakers is because you have to understand that the comics are basically just supplementary to the main series. They aren't canon, but they aren't exactly uncanon either. Their names are Aunt Holiday and Aunt Lofty, and they even describe themselves to fill the role of Scootaloo's parents, since by their own words, they're taking care of Scootaloo full time. Which is, I mean, I want to say it's sad, but seeing how much I hate Scootaloo's parents, maybe it's for the best they're in Scootaloo's care.
Hey, 3 a.m. CXCD here. I lied. Apparently, Aunt Holiday and Aunt Lofty said they feel like Scootaloo's parents ever since they started taking care of her full time in a comic, not the book. I'm sorry. Here's the page here. I found it.
I also want to confirm that the writer of the story that the aunts first show up in, the very first, book series, later he officially confirmed that they are a couple. Sweet.
3 a.m. CXCD again. I don't know how I keep doing this. It wasn't Penumbra Quill. It was MK Toon. How do I mess those things up so bad? It's MK Toon.
In the first video, I apologize for saying there isn't really a lot of gay characters in MLP, because I missed an obscure background couple. Ugh. WizKid and Curly Wins. Yes, those are those characters' real name. They both show up quite a bit in EQG, and oh my god, they are totally a couple. Remember last video I said Hasbro likes to toe the line with gay couples? I stand corrected apparently. Wiz and Curly are shown time and time again to either be in each other's company or straight up holding hands with one another. In almost every scene one is in, the other is not far away. And oh my god, G5 has a gay couple. Ah! In the G5 movie, two characters named Diggy and Sanders show up. They're honestly, for the movie at least, just background characters with no personality whatsoever. It isn't until Make Your Mark when they do get personality, and they are officially a couple, and both have an adopted son named Ferris. Snookums Gal, an animator for Make Your Mark, has officially confirmed they are a couple. Snookums Gal, huh? Now that's not a name I've heard in a while. You can see this couple in a couple scenes in Make Your Mark, and honestly, I think this whole thing is just a gender-swapped Scootaloo story. Seriously, I mean, the Colt here looks like he's gonna mess up some grind rails with a skateboard, as Scootaloo would with her scooter, but I wish we got more of this in G4, and I hope we get more of this in G5. Before we move on to the next character, I did an interview with somebody who's been on this platform for about 11 years now, if not longer. His name is Undercover Brony. If you want to see an interview with me and him, go check out the link in the description or the end title card. I had fun recording it, he had fun recording it, it's a very good interview. Anyways, on with the video. B for bisexual. Guys, oh my god, for the love of all things holy, just because Twilight's mane has the same color as the bisexual flag doesn't mean she's bisexual. If I was born with my hair being orange, white, and blue, that doesn't mean I'm an arrow ace. Oh my god. Twilight Sparkle, throughout MLP, is never shown to have any attraction to mares. Actually, she's been shown to be at the very bare minimum straight with Flash Sentry, but that's it. That's all we ever got. I don't care that her mane is pink and purple. I don't care if the flag is pink and purple. She is not bi. I mean, Sunset Shimmer is. Sunset Shimmer was confirmed to be bi by none other than Katrina Hadley. Hey, didn't Katrina Hadley show up in part 1? Anyways, Katrina Hadley said over Twitter that Sunset Shimmer is bi, and that it was quite obvious. She obviously likes men, as Sunset Shimmer, upon first coming to the human world, has dated this world's Flash Sentry. But honestly, I don't think there's a lot of cases for the other way around. People say that there's a lot of suggestive scenes where Sunset is quite flustered around both Twilight, Psy-Twi and Pony-Twi. A lot of people would point to the scene in Rainbow Rocks, but I just ain't feeling it. I've also seen some people point out the scene where the two blush in Legends of Everfree, but once again, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not arguing that Sunset isn't bi, I'm arguing that Twilight isn't. Once again, purple mane does not mean purple flag, damn it. Anyways, moving on to Sombra. You know, the evil dark lord that enslaved ponies for like way too long. The guy who Twilight literally destroys and kills in season 9. You know that guy? Yeah, apparently he's bi. Just like with earlier, there isn't really a lot to go on in the main series. It's actually the exact same guy from earlier who confirmed about Scootaloo's Aunsworth couple, also confirmed that Sombra is bi. I don't really have a lot to say with this one, I'm not gonna lie, he's just there. So good, cool. He's bi, okay. Oh, also remember Wiz from the G category? Yeah, Wiz is also apparently bi. Before Wiz and Curly were together, it's very clearly shown that Wiz was hanging out with someone by the name of Velvet Sky and Rainbow Rocks. They're both shown together on a Ferris wheel, and sure, it might just be two friends hanging out, but a Ferris wheel? Really? Nah, I'm calling Wiz Kid bi, and you can't stop me. T for trans. No, there's not really been any new developments for this letter. Trixie is still trans, fight me on that. However, despite me saying there isn't any new developments, and trust me, there aren't, there are still some characters that probably should have went in the last episode that once again I missed. Oops. Starting off with Big Mac. No, he's not trans, despite what fanfiction tells you. But in the season 5 episode Brother Hooves Social, Big Mac dons a dress and pretends to be a chick to compete with Apple Bloom. Honestly, this episode is, not great representation, but it's still an okay episode in my eyes. But Big Mac is less trans in this episode and more drag queen, which, speaking of drag queens, I was browsing Twitter when I found out about one of Shining Armor's friends known as Poindexter. He shows up in the series quite a few times, but I was surprised to find that in the comics, Poindexter actually does drag quite a few times. In his first comic appearance, issue 11, he dresses up to distract some, I mean, I could read the rest of the comics to figure out what sport they're doing, but, I just have no idea. I don't. And then in issue 11's backup comic, he also dresses up in a dress, role-playing as a, another character in like the D&D MLP equivalent, I suppose. Then in the very next comic, issue 12, he's shown as dressing up as a prom queen to make Cadence jealous. Damn, go off! And later in that comic, he says that he feels pretty, although being in a dress is then treated as a punishment later, so that's still a little bit ambiguous. But I mean, what's up with him and dressing up in dresses? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but like, he says he likes it, then he says he doesn't like it. Which one is it, Poindexter? Which one is it? And there, that, to my knowledge, is every LGBT pony in My Little Pony. I mean, there might be more than I'm missing. There might be some random obscure background pony number 112 that just happens to be a couple with somebody else, okay? I don't know. But as far as I can tell, that is every LGBT pony in My Little Pony, between this video and the last one.
Please subscribe, I really need it, dude.
I bite at the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me. Some kind of animal cannibal made impressions on me.